There's a liquid sitting on grocery store shelves across America for less than $1, and almost nobody realizes what it can actually do. It dissolves decades of rust, calcium buildup, mineral scale, and sediment hiding deep inside your home plumbing. In less than 24 hours, weak water pressure can feel like a brand new system again. The FDA classifies it as food safe. Industrial engineers have trusted it since the 1940s, and massive water facilities still use the exact same chemical process today. But somehow, homeowners were never supposed to learn about it. The plumbing industry in the United States generates more than $170 billion every single year. Their most profitable recommendation is not maintenance, it is replacement. Rip every pipe out of the walls, tear open drywall, replace entire systems, start over from scratch. And that single recommendation costs homeowners between $4,000 and $15,000, depending on the size of the house. But here's the part nobody talks about. In most homes, the pipes themselves are not destroyed. The real problem is what has been growing inside them for years. Layers of calcium carbonate, iron oxide, hardened mineral deposits slowly choking the water flow tighter and tighter every year. The water pressure gets weaker, faucets begin sputtering, showers lose force, water heaters struggle to keep up, and homeowners are told the entire system is dying. But chemistry tells a completely different story. A powder that costs less than $2 can dissolve the buildup completely, not damage the pipes, not destroy the plumbing, just remove the layers, strangling the inside of the system. And that is exactly why nobody talks about it. They did not stop recommending it because it failed. They stopped because it worked too well. A solution that cost pennies cannot support a $170 billion industry. The story begins in 1943 during the Second World War. America was consuming enormous amounts of steel, copper, and iron for tanks, aircraft, ammunition, artillery shells, and military equipment. Civilian industries were stripped of raw materials almost overnight. Plumbing factories that once produced water systems were converted into war production facilities. Cities were aging. Pipes were clogging. Water pressure across neighborhoods was collapsing. But replacing infrastructure was impossible because every ounce of metal belonged to the war effort. Engineers faced a crisis they could not solve with demolition. So they turned to chemistry. Researchers discovered that weak organic acids, especially citric acid and acetic acid, could dissolve calcium carbonate and iron oxide without destroying the pipe underneath. The reaction was controlled, precise, and devastatingly effective against mineral scale. The acid bonded to the metal deposits through a process called chelation, grabbing calcium and magnesium ions and pulling them away from the pipe wall. No cutting, no welding, no demolition, just chemistry stripping decades of buildup from the inside out. By 1945, citric acid descaling became standard maintenance inside industrial water facilities, power plants, breweries, dairy processing systems, and military infrastructure. Breweries flushed citric acid through stainless steel production lines between every batch. Dairy facilities used it to sanitize and descale entire pipe networks. Naval ships used it to keep water systems functioning while operating thousands of miles away from shore. Major equipment manufacturers listed citric acid as a recommended descaling agent for boilers and heat exchangers because it was cheap, effective, non-toxic, and available almost everywhere. Then the war ended. Steel returned. Copper returned. Construction exploded across suburban America. Suddenly, replacement became more profitable than preservation. Plumbing companies stopped focusing on maintaining old systems and started selling complete new installations instead. The knowledge never disappeared because it stopped working. It disappeared because replacing pipes generated more money than cleaning them. Now look at what is happening inside homes today. The United States Geological Survey reports that 85% of American homes have hard water to some degree. That means roughly 119 million households are pumping mineral-heavy water through their plumbing systems every single day. In places like Las Vegas, Phoenix, Indianapolis, San Antonio, Florida, and large sections of the Midwest, groundwater carries massive concentrations of calcium and magnesium directly into residential pipes. Every time hot water runs through the system, something happens at the molecular level. Hot water cannot hold dissolved minerals as effectively as cold water, so the minerals separate and crystallize on the inside of the pipe walls, layer after layer, year after year. Like sediment building inside a cave, a brand new 3-4-inch copper pipe begins with an internal diameter around 19 millimeters. After years of hard water exposure, that opening can shrink to less than 6 meters. Nearly 70% of the flow space disappears. Water is forced through openings barely larger than a straw. And the worst part is not even the pressure loss. Those deposits contaminate the water itself. Rust flakes break away from the pipe walls and enter the water stream. That yellow or brown water you sometimes see in the morning is iron oxide and sediment that has been trapped for decades, finally breaking loose. Studies have shown corroded plumbing systems can release elevated levels of iron, manganese, and even lead into residential tap water, especially in homes built before 1986 using older solder joints and brass fittings. So homeowners call plumbers. The diagnostic visit alone often costs between $200 and $500. A pressure test gets performed, maybe a camera inspection, and then the same conclusion arrives almost every time. Your pipes are old, your system is failing, everything needs replacement. Full repiping averages around $7,500 nationwide and frequently exceeds $15,000 in states like California. Walls are demolished, drywall is ripped open, entire homes become construction zones, and after all of that destruction, the hidden truth remains the same. In many cases, the actual pipe structure underneath the buildup was still functional the entire time. The maintenance was what failed. Now ask yourself something simple. If a homeowner could restore pipe flow using $2 worth of citric acid powder from a grocery store, who loses money? The contractor loses the $7,500 repiping job. The plumbing company loses the diagnostic fees. Suppliers lose orders for hundreds of feet of copper and PEX tubing. Warranty companies lose homeowners living in fear of catastrophic plumbing failure. Every layer of that $170 billion industry depends on people believing old pipes automatically mean dead pipes. But industrial chemistry says otherwise. Citric acid is naturally found in lemons and oranges. The FDA classifies it as generally recognized as safe, alongside ordinary baking soda and table salt. Industrial facilities have relied on it for more than 80 years because it dissolves mineral buildup quickly without aggressively attacking the pipe material itself. Hospitals use it, breweries use it, dairy facilities use it, industrial water systems use it, dialysis equipment uses it. Massive commercial infrastructure trusts the same process every day. Yet homeowners were never taught any of this. Walk into a plumbing supply store and look for a professional descaling product. Most are sold in branded containers costing between $25 and $40 per gallon. Then look at the active ingredient, citric acid, the exact same compound available in grocery stores for less than $3. The markup sometimes exceeds 1,000% or even 2,000%. The ingredient did not become expensive, the packaging did. And here is where reality matters more than hype. This method is not magic. Pipes that are completely collapsed, severely corroded, leaking, or structurally destroyed may still require professional replacement. Homes with lead pipes or heavily deteriorated galvanized systems should be inspected properly. Active leaks and gas issues always require professional help immediately. But for millions of homes suffering from mineral, scale, and restricted water flow, the first step does not need to begin with a $7,000 demolition project. It starts with chemistry. Food-grade citric acid powder is mixed with hot water at roughly 2 tablespoons per gallon. The plumbing system is drained, faucets are opened, the solution is introduced into the pipes and water heater system using gravity feed or a transfer pump. Then the solution sits inside the plumbing for 12 to 24 hours while the acid slowly binds to calcium, magnesium, and iron deposits. Silently. No noise, no drilling, no tearing open walls. Then the system is flushed clean, and what comes out shocks people every time. Brown water, orange sediment, rust-colored sludge, years of hardened buildup dissolving and washing out of pipes that homeowners believed were permanently ruined. Once flushed completely, the pressure difference can feel immediate. Faucets flow harder. Showers regain force. Water heaters perform more efficiently because heating elements are no longer insulated beneath thick layers of calcium scale. Energy efficiency can improve by up to 20% simply because the system is no longer fighting through mineral insulation. And the long-term maintenance cost? Less than $5 per year? Compare that to a plumber visit starting at $200 before any repairs even begin. Compare it to the average $7,500 repiping estimate. Compare it to the $40 branded descaling products containing the same active ingredient. The math explains everything. The reason this knowledge faded was never because it stopped working. It faded because it was too cheap to monetize. A solution that costs pennies cannot support a massive replacement industry. So homeowners were taught fear instead of maintenance. They were taught replacement instead of preservation. But chemistry does not care about business models. Citric acid dissolved calcium carbonate in 1943. It still dissolves it today. The only thing that changed is who profits when homeowners never learn about it.